Hi friends, Cole Chance here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and take a seat if you haven't already, and I invite you to lift the hips up a little bit. So I'm sitting on a pillow. You can sit on a pillow or a block or fold up a blanket. Give more space to the low back and allow you to bring the heart a little more forward, drop the shoulders down. It just feels quite nice. And if this doesn't work for you, you can sit in a chair as well. You can also sit on the knees, so lots of options. Just see what feels good and supportive for you and take a few moments to get there. So then we can come into stillness after. I just want to do a short meditation on compassion. Ahimsa. It's one of the yamas from the Yoga Sutras. It's the first yama. Compassion, compassion, compassion for ourselves and others, including patience, love, gratitude, empathy. All of these things that we begin to cultivate within ourselves so we can share with ourselves and with others. You hear often that, we can't love others until we love ourselves. And I don't know if that's really true. Often we extend out to others and not to ourselves. So you might be on either side of that. We want to find some equanimity and be able to share that with everyone, especially ourselves, because we often tend to be our own worst critic. So we'll kind of look more at self-compassion today during this meditation. So let's close the eyes down. Actually, if you want to open your eyes real quick, I'll show you some different mudras, some different hand gestures, so you can pick what feels good. Garuda mudra will be an option. And we'll take the hands. We'll take the right hand and place the pit of the thumb into the other. And we'll turn the hands up. You can place the hands on your heart. This is Garuda mudra, which is the mythical eagle. And if you think about, an eagle, this giant wingspan that soars over the air, they're able to get this wide perspective, this really, vast perspective of what is going on. So one thing that I like to think about when I'm using this mudra is to kind of zoom out of the things that I get attached to, the little issues, the little problems in my life, things I want to change about myself, change about others, whatever is going wrong. Because it feels like we get horse blinders on, and then we can't see like the beauty around us, all of the small, simple joys in life, because we get so attached to wanting to change or fix certain things. If we can zoom out and see the big picture, we're able to drop into ease and compassion more, especially, thinking like seeing our life as a practice. Like there's so many ups and downs, and we're learning all the time. And to have compassion for the times when we're feeling shaky, the times when we're not feeling easeful, we tend to beat ourselves up for that. And we get stuck and we get small. So zooming out, breathing deep, and finding perspective and compassion for whatever it is that we tend to get stuck on, knowing that it's just part of the human experience. Now let's go ahead and get back into the mudra. So the fingers come up and wide, wings of the eagle, Garuda. Place the hands on the heart. Close the eyes down. If you decide you want to release this mudra, you can just bring the hands to the knees. Sometimes I like the palms up, sometimes palms down. That's up to you, whatever feels energetically good in the body. Begin to check in with the physical body. It's our first layer, our outer layer, the physical body. How does your skin feel? How does the hands resting on your heart feel? Where's your seat touching the ground? Maybe it's a pillow, maybe it's on a mat. The clothes on the body. Anything that we're checking in with the physical body is dropping us down into presence, into the now, out of the story, into the actual. And let's move into our energetic body. Your hands are over your heart. How is your heart? Ask that to yourself. How is your heart? Is it full of joy? Lots of love and gratitude in your life? Are you feeling hurt, feeling pain in this area? We want to always feel good, quote unquote. So we run towards the joy and tend to grasp onto it and run away from the pain. And both are just as valid in terms of experience, and both are going to happen. So pain plus resistance equals suffering. So whenever that comes up, the shaky times, the more we try to ignore, release, manage, ignore, more suffering that comes from that. So can you meet that with the eyes of an eagle? Zoom out and see the perspective, the bigger perspective of, your life as a whole. Always learning along the way, knowing that obstacles come and go and no feeling is final. And have compassion for yourself on your journey. Compassion for the parts of you that get angry, get jealous, say or do things that you wish that you hadn't. And releasing guilt and shame for any of that. It's often nice to visualize ourselves as a child. We can talk to our child. Say it's okay. We're learning as we go. It's quite a different voice than what we often talk to ourselves, the voice we often talk to ourselves in. Letting the inhales expand you, and you can feel the chest move into the hands. And let it fall. Coming back into the body if you feel your mind and moving away from you. One way to really kind of build some self-compassion as well is to bring up the parts of ourselves that we tend to be incompassionate towards. What are the parts of yourself that you tend to, the grooves that you get in, where you find the negative self-talk? Maybe it's something about your physical body. Maybe it's an action that you do that you keep doing over and over, and You want to stop, but it just continues. And seeing if we can soften that voice, while also remembering that compassion is not apathy. It's not that we do not care, and if we're doing something that, is harmful or not good for us, it's not that we just let go and continue, but we just drop into compassion for the fact that it's a process, and that we're learning, and it takes a long time to create new pathways. So every time we dip back in to awareness, back into presence, back into love, we're deepening that groove. We're deepening that groove of self-love, of positive self-talk. Imagine that. Kindness. And we'll inevitably fall back to the other side, and we just come back with grace. You're the only one that can truly soothe yourself, heal yourself. Often we grasp things outside of us to make us feel better when we're in discomfort. But by checking in consistently with patience, we begin to learn what it is that we need and how we can give that to ourselves. And that is the strongest form of support. Of course, we ask for support outside of us as well, but ultimately, it's up to us to integrate, up to us to be honest with ourselves about what's no longer serving us. Not in a voice that beats ourselves up or that shames. Like a loving parent directing a child that is confused or has lost its way. Just gently coaxing back into presence, back into love. Places that you find the most struggle, the areas of your life you find the most struggle, needs your love, needs even more sweetness and support. You need to take the hands together and rub them together. Rub them together vigorously, and imagine the part of your body that we'll lay our hands on. It can use your healing. So maybe it's more of an emotion, but maybe where that emotion shows up in the body would be a good place, or maybe it's a physical area of the body, and then place the hands there. Put the warmth of your hands and imagine the healing. Imagine the healing could just come right through. So maybe it's an area of your body that gives you challenge. Maybe it's a heartache. Maybe it's a head. Maybe it's anxiety that shows up in your chest, or grief that shows up deep in your gut. And then place your hands there. Let a smile spread across your face. Rubbing the hands together, finding heat, the exit point for the heart chakra and the heart meridian. is through the hands. So you can imagine that love coming from the heart, down the arms, into the hands. And then place your hands again. Slowly release, bring the hands down to the knees. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. Bring the heart forward. Big deep breath in and sigh out the mouth. Twice more. Inhale. Sigh out. And once more, fill yourself up. Release. Next inhale, slowly lift the eyelids. Thank you all for joining me for that. I love you. I hope you give some love to yourself. It is so incredibly vital that we begin or come back to that relationship to ourselves. Sometimes we lose it along the way, or maybe we haven't really created it yet. But this deep self-inquiry, this sitting with ourselves, giving ourselves space and time, it's one of the most beneficial ways to spend our life. Is creating a deeper relationship with ourselves and therefore with others, and deepening our experience in this short life. So thank you so much. Be sure to check out some of the other videos on here, like and subscribe, and you can get videos free to your inbox. Also head over to my website, Cold Chance Yoga. I have lots of different events and retreats going on there, as well as my subscription service, Om Yoga Tribe, that has some longer videos, as well as all of these videos with no ads. So reach out. I would love to meet you all live and in person or online. Have a wonderful day.